Yeah, obviously rough start to the season, 0-3, coming off two really difficult road trips, but hard possibly to believe, but very, very encouraged after the way our guys responded in the second half against Utah State. I think we found out a lot about ourselves. Quarterback settled in, and kind of we've been struggling finding the right fit at quarterback, since the fall camp, and Justice Hanson has done a great job at settling in and feeling comfortable there, and the way the team responded around him, and defensively the way we responded in the second half gives us a lot of encouragement moving forward that we've got a glimpse of what we're capable of being. Still got a lot of work to do. Big challenge with Central coming in this week. It's going to be it's a game that is going to be good for the state, I think, to have them coming up just a couple hours from here in state. They're a really good FCS team, one of the better ones in the country, in my opinion, and will present a lot of challenges for us. But it's really more about us just taking the next step, a progression of really finding our team and eliminating mistakes and playing our best football, which I don't think we've done yet. We've definitely not done for 60 minutes, but there for about 30 minutes or maybe 28 minutes or so, we really looked like the team we're capable of being in the second half last week. So we're gonna try every way we can to build on that moving forward.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Matt Roberson with the Jonesboro Sun. Matt, please go ahead.
Morning, Coach. How are you?
Morning. I'm good.
Well, do you have a quarterback competition again, or are you changing starters? Can you kind of give me an idea where you are there?
Yeah, we talked about it a good bit, and just based off film study and everything, just felt like that the way we've moved is Justice is going to best fit us to be the guy moving forward, and that we're going to continue to get a lot of reps with Chad in the number 2 spot. Very similar. We just switched roles. I think it's what we had asked Chad to do was really difficult, to come in without having a chance to go through spring and to learn the system, and just for whatever reason is not been would not put him in the best situations to be comfortable, and Justice at this point is just ahead of him. But he handled it great. We talked about it yesterday, and he completely understands where he's at and knows that he could be called on at any minute due to injury, or there may be some ways we can utilize him too in the future. He's a great runner and a good leader and a great teammate. So, would not be surprised if people see him again in the future for any number of circumstances, and maybe just for game plan alone. But yeah, we'll move forward with Justice.
Just your impression of what Justice did Friday night, just your thoughts on what all he did.
Well, he's always been a better pure passer. I think Chad brought maturity and his ability to, kind of a hard-nosed, kind of scrappy runner, and Justice is a little bit more calm. He's a lot calm, just a very calm, relaxed demeanor, which is frustrating at times in practice, but it really helped him in the game. He doesn't get flustered. He's very calm under pressure, and his arm strength and his ability to throw the ball. We can be on the left hash and he can put the ball on the far right numbers. We can be on the right hash and he can put the ball all the way on the far left. He just opens up the field, and with our group of wideouts and the speed that we have across the board, it really opens up a lot of grass and creates a lot more problems defensively. And that's just nothing against Chad. It's just not his strong suit. He doesn't have a strong of arm. He can't reach some of the areas that Justice can. And I think he's really settled into what we're doing. And to a point, it felt very comfortable going in, and you could see confidence growing in him throughout the second half. He still made a critical mistake with the interception. He's still got things to get better at, and he can run, so we don't lose any of our run game options for the quarterback. It just kind of opens up the field a little bit.
Did the turnovers Friday night did that make you feel like you needed to make a change?
I think it's just been a constant evaluation, and we've been really open and very honest with Chad, just, wanting him to be able to settle in and make sure that his eyes were going in the right spot, and, was he really getting comfortable with all the things we're asking him to do in a short period of time. And I think for me, just quarterback-wise and just my overall background at quarterback was the interception out of the end zone, was where I felt like, all right, it's time to move forward. That's not a decision that a fifth-year senior can make. He knows that. He's been hard on himself. He knew it was a bad choice to throw the ball up for grabs. And not that the decision was made to be done with it at the point, but based off how Justice had played the week before, later in the fourth quarter against Auburn, it felt like, all right, we've had 2 turnovers here, one of which was completely avoidable by our quarterback, and I wanted to see how Justice would respond, and he did well. And then our decision to truly make a change was based off of his performance in the fourth quarter against Auburn and how he performed in the game against Utah State. It wasn't any one particular thing. It was, an evaluation of both. And we couldn't get that done in fall camp. You can't create those issues and simulate that kind of pressure in camp. And so it's taken us 3 weeks to find it out. Unfortunately, we'd done enough, at the expense of 3 losses maybe, but we had to find that answer and find the guy that was going to be the right fit for what we're doing. And so we'll move forward with Justice as the 1 and Chad as the 2, and Chad will be a great number 2 and be ready to step in at any point that he can.